Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Monday, April 11th slate of MLB games. I'm super excited to hop into it. Today was yesterday, Yesterday was the last official day of the NBA. It was the 82nd game for all 30 NBA teams. It was a really great day to finish off basketball. There was some actual competitive close games, and it was exciting to watch. So I'm glad that it wasn't all blowouts. I'm glad that, not every single one of the stars sat. Like I saw Luka, he played a decent amount, and he had pretty decent numbers. So I'm glad that not all the superstars did end up sitting, even though a lot of them did, but rightfully so. I mean, they are getting ready for the playoffs, but I'm really excited about these playing games starting on Tuesday. I think that we should have some actually pretty competitive ones. I don't think that they'll make it too much farther than the actual first round, but it'll still be really fun. It'll still be competitive for at least the playing games. So I'm super excited for that. But at the time of recording this video, we are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. I truly wouldn't be able to do it without you guys, so thank you guys for everything that you guys do. Now let's go ahead and do a quick recap as of yesterday. Unfortunately, we did lose an MLB play. Before that, we were 3-0 on the year for our MLB plays, but, it was bound to happen. Obviously, I can't go perfect every time, but I still think that it was still a pretty decent bet. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Just a quick recap of yesterday. So we did have the Orioles and the Rays. We had them under 8.5 runs at plus 100 odds, and that one actually ended up working out for us. It was very sweaty. I think they had like 4 runs in the fourth inning, and the Rays did, at least. The Rays had 8 runs by themselves, but it actually did hit the under. The Rays had like four runs in the fourth, and I think 4 runs in the seventh, so finishing right on that hook, and it made me extremely nervous, but it ended up working out for us. On top of that, the Rays were actually winning, so they didn't end up playing the bottom of the ninth, so I think that definitely helped us out as well. But that one ended up working out for us. Then we had the Dodgers minus 1.5 versus the Rockies. The Rockies actually looked really solid, and they definitely proved me wrong. So we may have to look into some Rockies props for sure. But then for our NBA plays, like I said, we didn't have lines, so I had to add all of them. We had LaMelo Ball over 8.5 assists. That one ends up finishing right on the hook, but we do end up winning it. So he finished with 9. Then we had Kevin Porter Jr. over 21.5 points. I'm sorry, I didn't write it down, but I think it was 21.5 points. He ended up crushing it. And then we also had Dorian Finney-Smith under in PRAs. I put something out on my Twitter that I had messed up on some of the stats, so I knew as soon as I realized that I messed up on the stats, I knew he was going to hit the over. But regardless, I still made it an official play, so I can't change it at the end of the day. Ended up going 3-2. Still a pretty decent day overall. So let's go ahead and dive into today's plays, though. I do have 3 plays. I may add a 4th one, but I'm truly not sure. So the first one, we are going to be taking the Rockies. I know, I just talked about them. We're going to be taking the Rockies money line here versus the Rangers at plus 110 odds. Now, Austin Gomer here for the Rockies did have a 4.53 ERA last year. So, these two teams are very, very close. And you'll kind of see that whenever I do see this, or whenever I do read off the stats here. Like I said, Austin Gomer, a 4.53 ERA last year with a 9-9 record when he was the pitcher. And Taylor Hearn for the Rangers, he did have a 4.66 ERA last year and a 6-6 record. So, these two teams are very, very similar. Obviously, they did make some moves, but the way that the Rockies did play yesterday really brought my attention to them. So, I'm going to be taking advantage of it. And Austin Gomer, he is 1-1 versus the Rangers when he has pitched against them. But if you look at this team, or at these two teams from a historical standpoint, the Rockies have actually won 5 of their last 7 games here versus the Rangers. So the history does back it. It is on our side. So I think that I think that we should, or I do like this bet, I should say. So we're going to be taking a shot at it. And like I said, the Rockies played great against the Dodgers. So hopefully they can carry this momentum over here versus the Rangers. So we're going to be taking it. Rockies money line here versus the Rangers at plus 110 odds. Now our second play of the day, we're going to be taking the Angels and the Marlins over 9.5 runs here at minus 105 odds. Now this is the super late game. So this game, I got to be honest, I probably won't be including it in the recap just because it'll be going on super late. So you guys may not see a tweet about it, but it starts like super late. I'm thinking it's like 9:30 Central, or it's like super late regardless. And so this is going to be one I'm going to bet, and I'm going to hope that I wake up in the morning and it's a win. But Michael Lorenzen, he did have a 5.59 ERA last year, so a pretty high ERA. Gives up a decent amount of runs here, and so I think that we should see a little bit of an advantage there. And Elieser Hernandez, he also had a 4.18 ERA last year. So both these two do give up a decent amount of runs here, and both of these teams have looked pretty solid like on the offensive side of the ball already. And in their last 5 matchups between these two teams, this exact over has hit in 3 of them. So I do look to see the trend continuing here. It's only a 60% trend, but I do think that with these two pitchers on the mound, I do think that this game does go over. And like I said, a completely different team this year, of course, for the Angels. But as of last year, as a home favorite, which they are in this situation, they are 30-13 to the over. So I see a bunch of stats kind of pointing here towards the over. So I really like this play. We're going to be taking the Angels and the Marlins over 9.5 runs here at minus 105 odds. Now our third and final play of the day is going to be a first 5 play. So basically, if you guys are new to MLB sports betting, essentially what that is going to mean is I'm going to be taking a spread for a game, but it's only going to be for the first 5 innings. So it'll be decided very, very soon into the game. It's like the last 4 innings essentially just don't count. So we're going to be taking the Cardinals minus 0.5 versus the Pirates in the first 5 innings at minus 125 odds. So essentially, just really quick, through the first 5 innings, the Cardinals just have to be winning the game. That's it. So the Cardinals versus the Pirates, they obviously did just play 3 games in a row against them, and the Cardinals did actually cover in 2 of these 3 games. Now the Pirates last game did get really hot and had like 5 runs in the 3rd inning. So that one didn't end up covering, but the other 2 did. And Dakota Hudson, he does have a really great ERA. He's actually at a 2.08 ERA. And Zach Thompson on the flip side of things is at a 3.24. So hopefully the Cardinals, they can take advantage of that higher ERA. They can get some more runs in there and just be winning by 1 for us. That's all we're really going for. And in the Pirates, they did end up beating the Cardinals last time, so I do think they're going to be coming out looking for some revenge. So I really like this play. We're going to be taking the Cardinals minus 0.5 run, or minus 0.5 here versus the Pirates in the first 5 innings at minus 125 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we're on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so make sure that you guys are subbed if you guys are not. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. This is King Center signing out. Peace.